Welcome to episode 95 of the Get Well With Me podcast. I am your host, Adrienne, and together we explore the healing powers of our subconscious minds while leaning in towards a healthier lifestyle. And our philosophy here is excellence, not perfection. And it's a good thing because this podcast is far from perfect. I am learning as I go, and I appreciate you who is listening to this right now, because you have inspired me by just showing up. Your external validation helps to give me internal permission to keep on creating and keep on sharing and to truly live out my dream. And this has always been my dream, is to create hypnosis audios and share them with the world, because I myself was healed from just listening to a cassette tape. If you've been around for a while, you probably know my story. Although I've worked with hypnotherapists in the past and I've had incredible breakthroughs, some of my biggest breakthroughs have been listening to a cassette tape or a CD or an MP3 or free content on the internet, because so much about making a change has to do about being ready to make that change, right? And we do need to go inside where changes are really made and make those tweaks to kind of see the potential for that outcome that we want to move closer to maybe even see an outcome that we want to move farther away from or not go down that path anymore. So it has been truly a joy for me to create and share and create and share. And even in the earlier years when no one, I don't want to say no one, when very few of you were listening, I was still inspired to create and share and create and share. And when I first started this podcast and I had 15 views and 30 views, listens, downloads, whatever you want to call them, I thought to myself, wow, 30 people are listening to the sound of my voice when they go to sleep at night. I thought to myself, wow, 15 people tuned in to hear what I had to say. And the numbers grew and they grew and they grew and they grew until they went kaboom to the moon. And now we are going to the moon together, guys, and it is so much fun. I'm like tearing up thinking about like how many years I did this and not a lot of you are listening and I didn't quit, right? I always say this: cheers to not quitting. Cheers to you for not quitting. I'm sorry, my eyes are getting like a little bit red. I'm such a ugly crier. That's not a limiting belief. That's true. Watch for like 5 more minutes and it gets pretty scary. Um, anyway, I want to thank you for being my editors. I want to thank you for reaching out and saying, hey, Rebecca wrote me a message. She's like, I think you missed the intro to episode 90. I'm sorry, Rebecca. But it is so valuable that you brought that to my attention, because there's no one else checking my work, right? And I need you guys. I need you to tell me, do you like background music? Do you want it louder? Do you want it softer? Do you not want it there? Do you like daytime episodes and nighttime episodes? Or tell me what you want. Is there a topic that I haven't touched on? I know there are thousands of topics I have not touched on. How can I help you? Do you want something for alcohol or something for more for smoking, more for habit control? These are not impossible changes to make. It's all about being ready, because something that I want, this is such a side note, but you know how my mind works by now. There's no habit that's more powerful than the mind that created it. That's right. There's no habit that's more powerful than the mind that created it. And I want to remind you of this too. You are not your labels. You are not what people say about you. You are not your diagnosis. There is no label that is more powerful than the consciousness that made it. We're so much more free than we know. And sometimes we do have to go inside to remember that. So this is way too much fun. I have way too much fun making this podcast. I have way too much fun with my Wellness Wednesday group. I'm pretty sure that the powers that be, whoever they are, would say that work should not be this much fun. But inspiring others and being inspired by others It's a lot of fun and it's super energizing and it's not hard to show up for you because you guys mean everything to me. So reply to my message if that's easiest. You can just hit up the Spotify thing. What did you think about this episode? And share with me the feedback to those questions that I asked about what do you want more of and how do you like the music and all of those good things. And also, sincerely connect with me. If you're an influencer, if you're a business owner, if you're a musician, if you're a mom, a dad, a dog mom or dad, whatever brings you meaning in your life, I care. I want to know about it. Right now, before the podcast literally goes to the moon, there's about 1,000 of you that show up every day. Every day. Thank you. And you are the ones that I want to know. So send me that message and send me your social media, and then I'll reach out to you. That's totally cool. I guess I'm probably on every platform. So if you're not on social media at all and you want to connect exclusively by email, I respect that. As a matter of fact, for those of you that are not on social media and you're not doing that whole toxic situation, I really admire that. And I would love to connect with you one-to-one on email. So send me your links. Help me to know who you are and what you're about. I would love to provide a 5-star review for you on Facebook or Spotify. I want to encourage you in what you are doing because this is why. You're thinking, how can she just say that to everyone? Maybe that's what you're thinking, right? I'm imposing that idea on you. Because you're different. You're tuned into this podcast. That means that you are different. You probably are surrounded by friends, family, coworkers, or just whoever's in your circle. And maybe they're just blowing in the wind, right? They're just going whatever direction the world has them going. And you're different. You design your mind. You're intentional about your words. You're intentional about creating the life that you truly want to have. You're intentional about taking steps each day towards being the person that you really want to be. Look around. There's not that many of us, not in this space. I have to tell you, it's kind of lonely. It's kind of lonely being a me. And not lonely in the sense that there's any lack of love in my life. I am so blessed and I am so loved. But those so same people that I'm blessed and surrounded with that love me, they're not the ones that offer me the most encouragement on my podcast. They don't even ask. Honestly, I think it makes them a little uncomfortable. It's like they know the part of me that is their aunt or their cousin or their acquaintance or their community member, but they don't really want to know what I do. And it's okay. Like that's understandable. Not everyone wants to change. Not everyone wants to upgrade. Not and also that's scary, right? Like confronting that, like even asking yourself, are there ways that I want to change? Are there ways that I want to upgrade? And what would that even look like? A lot of people's minds are just not ready to go there. So it's okay. Like it's okay that I am not as supported in my um, family and friends community as I am with my online community because what an opportunity, right? I would think I was crazy if I didn't have you guys. I need you. So connect with me. If you're an Instagram person, start there. Adrienne Ehart, find me. Say, I'm a listener and I will be all over it. I want to know you. I want to see you. I want to hear you. And I look forward to that. So until next time, much love.